Hello everyone, it's Franky D Crafter here. Today, we'll be painting a Death Tyrant. If you want to learn how to make your own Death Tyrant, check out my previous video. Let's get painting. I think this video is gonna be more about things I wish I didn't do than things I actually did. Though there are some good things to point out about the project itself. I'm starting off here with an Ungor Flesh from Citadel. I'm not too worried about getting a full coat on it. I just want to make sure that the main points I want to be light are fully covered. That way my lighter color will show up better. My plan here is gonna be to try to get a good underpainting before I start adding any of my finalized details. I'm adding a Golden Sunset from Apple Barrel. This is where I start to add a second coat of the Golden Sunset, which I think I should have just left with one. The yellow shows up a little bit too much in the final product. I want to emphasize some of the undershadows here with a tint of blue. The color is actually a Cantor Blue from Citadel. And I'm actually mixing it with the Golden Sunset color right on my palette. You don't want to add too much of it. It will overpower the other paints, obviously, because it's a cool color. You want to almost dry brush it onto the piece. And you don't want to go too high into the top of the piece. I think in the back of the skull, I might have gone a little bit too far. Go back with your Ungor Flesh to touch up any of the details you might have painted over with the blue. Before you start adding red to the eyes, make sure you paint them white. That way you get more of a glowing feeling. I had to paint this over again because when the red dried, it was a lot duller than I was expecting it to be. I'm still underpainting here with an antique parchment from Apple Barrel. To be honest with you, I wish I would have done this step last. I love how the tone of the color makes it look like a real skull. I feel like I lose that the more I keep painting. Here's when I really try to start making that red pop. So I go back onto the eyes and paint a top layer of white on top of them, let it dry, and then I went back and added the red that I wanted to add for it. At the same time, I'm also touching up any of the spots that I want to be the lightest, like the top of the skull, a few lines on the horns, and this is looking pretty cool. I'm still very happy at this stage, very impressed with myself, to be honest with you. This is where I think I made my first big mistake, not by adding that yellow, the golden yellow to the teeth, but by adding the yellow to the rest of the skull. I think it was better on the lighter side, plus with the contrast with the blue, it actually makes it pop a lot more than I wanted it to. And here I'm actually adding the red I wanted. Here I'm going in with the black, making sure that all of the spots that I want completely dark stay dark. Don't forget to touch up all those details. I personally keep one brush that's literally just for detail. I don't use it for anything else, and it's the smallest brush I can have. I'm still not too familiar with washes, so I might not cover that in the channel for a while. One of the most important things when you're working on the paint here is to make sure that you get that inner eye, the black part, as defined as possible, because that could make it or break it for you. Don't be afraid to get as creative as you want with some of the touch-ups. Maybe some other details in it that aren't in the actual sculpture, like that crack on the eye I just put in there. I thought it looked really cool, so I just went with it. I'm not starting to add a lot of the highlights onto the piece, but honestly I wish I would have gone even lighter. I do attempt to go lighter later on, but I feel like I didn't push it enough. I should have gone even lighter than I did. Add white, make the eyes look like they're almost like glistening. This is where I think I could have fixed everything I didn't like on the final product. I should have added more antique parchment to it, the paint, and I should have gone with more than just those small highlights. I should have pulled that color more throughout the piece, but I didn't, and I think that's the only thing I disliked about the painting job that I did. I go into adding a little bit more detail to have more of a different color, different cool and warm kind of shadows in the piece by adding a little bit of, I think it's called Barn Red from Apple Barrel, and it's actually a nice in-between brown reddish color. I love using it as shadows. I just wish that I didn't put so much yellow on the piece. The yellow is gonna stick out. That's all I'm thinking about when I'm doing this piece. When I finish this piece is, why did I add so much yellow to it? This is the final color I added. It's basically a lighter version of the yellow I hate so much that I added onto this. I do like this yellow. There's a little bit of probably the antique color in there, a little bit of the white. It looks really nice. I really like it. I just wished it wasn't on top of the other yellow. I'm also making a very amateur mistake here. I don't know why. I guess I just got into it and I kind of stopped thinking it was a sculpture, and I started painting it as if it was a painting. And sometimes it works, you want to do that, but I don't think I was able to pull it off here as much. I definitely think that once I'm done with all of these videos, the beholder videos, I might come back to this one alone and maybe redo the painting. I'll show you guys the finished product and maybe what I try to fix in it. But I mean, I love the other 3 beholders. Well, 5 if you count the 2 guys in the background. I really love the painting job that I did on the other ones, but this one just stuck out to me. There was always something about it that I was not satisfied with, and I hope that you guys learned through the mistakes that I made through this paint experience. I hope you guys didn't make the same mistakes. I hope your painting job came out better, or even that you were just satisfied with the painting that you did. I don't think it's horrible in any sense. I just wish it came out the way I wanted it to come out. And it's possible. You can definitely do it. With pieces like this, I kind of have to remind myself that I'm not painting an actual painting. Like, I'm not painting on a canvas. That I'm actually trying to make a sculpture out of this. But that in a way is what I made the channel for and what I made this for. It's just so, you know, people can get an idea, people can learn, but at the same time I'm learning myself. Hope you guys enjoy that painting session. My idea with these videos hopefully is to have more of a conversation. I feel like for painting at least, it might not be as entertaining, so I'd rather have these videos be more of a conversation. So any questions you guys might have, I'll probably end up answering here. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Franky D Crafter. If you want to learn more about the craft or what I do, hit that like and subscribe button. You can also come visit me at Patreon, where you can become an exclusive patron of mine and reap from the perks and benefits I offer, as a token of my appreciation for your support. With your support, I'll be able to produce more awesome crafting videos like this one and much more. Thank you very much again, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if there's any way I can improve in my painting skills. I'll see you in the next one.